2 years ago, I was faced with a decision, and the answer to that decision led me to where I am now. It's a decision that maybe you're facing now, or maybe you'll be facing it soon. Where the hell am I gonna go when I move out? Or even, how am I gonna move out? The answer to that decision for me was to move into a vehicle. But why would I do that? That's what I want to answer in today's video. Why live in the van? Before we get into the list of my reasoning, I want to give you a little background on me. 2 years ago, I just graduated from university and really had no idea where I wanted to go or what I wanted to do next. At the time of graduating, I didn't really want to jump straight into the workforce, and I was at a crossroads as to what I wanted to do next. Like most people my age, I was ready to move out, but I didn't really know what style of home I wanted to move into or even where I wanted to move to. Around the time I was thinking all this, I started to see a lot of van life stuff appear online, but my feelings about it were more like, wow, living in a vehicle looks really uncomfortable. But then that got me thinking, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is a good thing, isn't it? And that one thought started a chain reaction all the way up into where we are today. So let's start with the biggest reason why I felt drawn to this lifestyle. Seeing how far I can push myself and getting out of my comfort zone. I'm a subscriber to the idea that you can't grow unless you push yourself out of your comfort zone. And putting all the stuff I own into a vehicle and then driving somewhere I've never been before sounds pretty uncomfortable to me, so it seemed like a good idea. Pushing myself into uncomfortable or new situations makes me feel excited and happy. That's just the kind of person I am. So having a lifestyle that is uncomfortable by default was too obvious a challenge for me not to try. That was the thing that initially drew me to this lifestyle, but the more I looked into it, the more reasons I found that I liked. Another big reason is the cost of living in a vehicle. If I moved out into a more conventional house, then not only would I be paying for the house, but I'd also have to pay for a car. So why not put both those costs into one? Although there are certainly ways of reducing costs in a more conventional house, ditching the house altogether affords you a degree of freedom that a stationary home could never provide. When your car is your house, your rent is your car insurance. Your water and electricity bills are basically non-existent, and the only thing you're really worried about is buying food and buying gas. Two things you would have to buy anyway living in a conventional house. So the cost of living in a van is very low. These next 2 points go hand in hand, but the van gives you the ultimate customization of your space and forces you to live with less. Living in my childhood home, I always had very little say over which room I had and its layout. But living in a van, you can customize it exactly how you want, and this was really attractive to me. Sure, if you move into a house, you can customize it however you want as well, but more often than not, you're limited to where each room is, where the windows are, where the doors are, and etc. The van, it's nothing like that. You get to personalize it exactly how you want from the ground up. Everything is yours to decide. Additionally, since the bounds of your space are pretty limited, even in the largest cargo van you can get, this forces you to live with less. This gives more room for life rather than things. So much of our lives are spent on things. Buying things, cleaning things, looking for things, even moving things to make room for more things. But in the end, they are all just things. And by letting them fill up our lives, it leaves us with less room for actual living. So, using the van as a way to create extra space for living was a crucial reason in my decision to choose this way of life. And now the big one, travel. I would say that almost everybody likes visiting new places. It's in our DNA to be travelers. And the van allows me to travel extensively across this continent. There are over 100 places I've marked down on my map so far of places that I'd like to visit. Ontario alone has so many interesting places that I'd like to visit. And that's not mentioning Canada as a whole or the United States. So for me, a camper van seemed like a really good idea. Another reason I felt the van was an excellent choice for me was to meet new people that I would have never met otherwise. Few things are as enjoyable to me as striking up a conversation with somebody new and having it go really well. I figured I'm not going to meet anybody sitting at home. I got to put myself out there. And that's something that living in a van helps a lot with. If you go to a good camping spot, you'll meet campers. If you go to a good hiking spot, you'll meet hikers. If you go to a good climbing spot, you'll meet climbers. Simple as that. I love making new friends. And although it's true that just being mobile in the van doesn't automatically guarantee making more friends, The friends that you do make won't be limited to the people that live in your immediate area. The number of people you could potentially meet increases dramatically when you live in a van. And so I think the chances of making lasting friendships increases too. This is the mindset I felt myself agreeing the most with when reading and listening to the discourse about whether or not van life was lonely. So I figure I can go to a point of interest, start striking up conversations with people, and see how it goes. So really, I decided to live in a van because it's intrinsically uncomfortable, cheaper than renting, it's completely customizable, yet its scale forces you to downsize, and it allows me to travel and meet new people. So far, choosing the van has really been paying off, and thinking about the future excites me now instead of worrying me. I hope this video could help you understand my thoughts and reasons behind choosing this lifestyle. Was there something I said that you hadn't thought of before, or something else I said that resonated with you? Let me know in the comments below this video and I'd love to discuss it further. If you're more interested in seeing how I actually built this van, I have a full build video right here. And if you'd rather just see the highlights, I have a full tour right here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye.